So we live. Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah. Shalom Yahweh Shemalatah Bashem Yahushua, priest and officer Shab from Orlando, Florida. Right now we're getting into the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. We are the Isupk, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Jenny Yohana. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group, right? So what we're going to touch on right now is the biggest thing that's affecting our communities today, right? A lot of people are fighting for prison reform. They're fighting for civil injustice. They're fighting for all type of things in America. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to fight for humanity and for laws for animals or whatever they feel strongly about. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are fighting for, right? But the biggest thing that can help our communities and better ourselves as a people is brotherhood, right? Brotherhood is the economic solution. It is the educational solution. It is the marriage solution. Whatever problems that's plaguing our communities, brotherhood is the number one answer that can help us out. And the problem is we've been taught by weak leaders the incorrect way how to apply brotherhood, right? They told us to love those that's out there that's trying to destroy us. They told us to love those that hate our guts rather than teaching us how to love one another. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what this book is about. That's what brotherhood is all about, right? So I got a few heavy hitters with me. So first scripture I want to grab is Leviticus 19 in the law. All right, you go ahead, soldier.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
Right. This is what the Bible is speaking in regards to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The brother that is referring to is the people that's of your own race, the people of your own nationality. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are one race and one nation, right? Everybody outside of that is not your brother. You know what I'm saying? They don't share the same bloodline as you. They don't share the same history as you. You know what I'm saying? But the people that's on the bottom with you, that's struggling with you, you know what I'm saying? That's in the ghettos and the barrios with you. Those are the people you shouldn't be hating. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that you should come together with so y'all can come up with a solution or a plan to get out the hellhole that we in or to get from under everybody else that's against us, right? So the Bible is saying not only is a good thing that we should do, but it's also a law, meaning it's a requirement. You are obligated to show brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that the Lord gave only to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, right? There's over 613 laws written in this Bible. And each law deals with different things from dietary law, ceremonial laws, even moral laws, right? And how we interact with one another. You know what I'm saying? And this right here is letting you know how we should deal with each other morally. You know what I'm saying? We should not hate one another. You know what I'm saying? If you are Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, right? Read on.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Of what?
Of thy people.
Of thy people. You know what I'm saying? You should not be looking to plot on your brother. You should not be looking for revenge on your brother over something that's petty, over something that's simple. You get what I'm saying? Like our oppressors been killing us for over 400 years, but yet still till this day we still march and beg and want to hold hands with our oppressors. You know what I'm saying? We want to fight to join America and to be down and love our oppressors. You know what I'm saying? But let a Black person do one little mistake against you. You're going to hate that Negro for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? And this is what can fix our communities. This is what these little kids need to hear in they block, in their hood, in their neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Those cats that's out there that's wearing red, that's wearing blue, that's wearing yellow and whatever these other colors that these gangs wear. You know what I'm saying? If they was taught properly that the cat that lived right next door to you in your neighborhood, that's up the street from you, is your brother, you know what I'm saying? You are commanded to love him, that can change our neighborhood overnight. You know what I'm saying? These young kids are shooting each other up and down the street because our Christian leaders have been telling them that we should give our love to our oppressors. And we left no love for our own. Right? Let me get 1 John 4:20.
Khan.
All right, you go ahead.
The book of 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love the power and hated his brother, he is a liar.
He is a what?
He is a liar.
The Bible is calling him a liar. Well, guess what? Your Christian pastor is a liar. He claims that he loves God all the time, and God is good and God is great. You know what I'm saying? But he can care less about the people that struggle in the neighborhood where his church is built at. He ride down in his Rolls Royce while you sitting at the bus stop sweating and waiting for the bus to come. You know what I'm saying? He got his $1,000 three-piece suit on while you barely got rags over your body. You know what I'm saying? Because he hates his brother, man. He only sees you as a dollar sign. Creflo Dollar, TD Jakes, every Christian pastor, every religious leader hates their brother. You know why? Because they following the beliefs and the philosophy of our enemies, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Arab religion is good for the Arabs. Being a Muslim, that's fine for an Arab. They should go and bang their head on Allah 100 times a day. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a Buddhist and you're Chinese, be a Buddhist. Eat all the salad and vegetables and whatever a Buddhist does, do that. You know what I'm saying? But as for a nigga, we have rules and regulations that we got to abide by.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? And that's found in this Bible. And anybody that's telling you that you got to love your oppressors and love these other nations and not teaching you how to love one another, he is a liar, man.
I'm
You know what I'm
right.
saying? I'll continue on, Warrior.
Khan, sir. Finishing in verse 20. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love the power for whom he have not seen?
Right. Your brother is the one that you see all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? He's struggling just like you. You know what I'm saying? He wear the same skin color just like you, being oppressed just like you, man. You know what I'm saying? You see that cat every single day, but yet the power you don't see him. You know what I'm saying? But you claim that you have all the faith in the world, but you won't do nothing for God's creatures.
Right.
Right? You won't do nothing for who God created and who God chose. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? The Lord is not with you. That's why, man. You don't really love God if you don't love Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? Because Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are the chosen people of God.
That's
We
right.
are the lost tribes of the children of Israel. And any hatred towards Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is a hatred towards God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you truly love the Most High, you will love his people, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and drop that. Let me get Matthew 25:40.
Khan, sir.
All right, you go ahead.
The book of Matthew chapter 25, verse 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of my brethren, done it unto me.
Right. This is Christ speaking, man. Speaking about taking care of one another and looking out for one another. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that we got clothes on our back and food to eat and our bills is being paid. You know what I'm saying? And a place to lay our head. If you do these things to the least of his people, you know what I'm saying, of our people, you know what I'm saying, you like it's like you have done it unto Christ. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Christ was about. He was about taking care of his people. You know what I'm saying? Making sure they was tawab, healing them, raising the dead. You know what I'm saying? Giving sight to the blind. Christ understood brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? But your pastor, he don't understand brotherhood.
Right.
He has a multi-million-dollar church right next to the projects, man. You know what I'm saying? When they disaster hits in your neighborhood, say a hurricane or a snowstorm, his church doors be closed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What happened in Dallas? What was it in Texas not too long ago?
Colonel
When
Khan.
that's right, that snowstorm hit, the Christian church was quiet as a mouse.
Yep.
You ain't hear nothing about the pastor opening his doors, giving shelter, and doing none of that stuff. Because he can care less about you, man. He looks at you like you're least. He looks at you like you're nothing. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord, he cares about his people, even
That's
from the
another thing.
poorest to the greatest. Go
Man,
ahead. Go ahead, Soldier.
Khan. Yeah, and another thing with the Christian church, they scream about love all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. They scream about, oh, love, love. It's all about love. But they are one of the most hateful people on the planet. They
Right.
show disdain and hate for their people more than any other religion or organization on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
They hate their people. The pastor can ride around in a Bentley and in jets while he is preaching, or so-called hollering and preaching to people that are in poverty, living in ghettos and barrios and reservations.
Right. Like you gotta be a conscienceless person to move like that. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To ride down in a $300,000 car and drive in the neighborhood and see people living on the streets and not be moved to help those people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Christ said, man, what profit of man that you gain the whole world but you lose your soul?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Them pastors lost themselves in that money that they getting from our oppressors. You know what I'm saying? And you exactly right, Warrior. They don't know love, and they are the biggest hate group out there. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Every drug dealer you see has a what around their neck.
Across.
God.
Right. A cross, Jesus piece,
Yeah, Jesus people.
Caesar Borgia piece. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They got all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because they learned from the pastor how to be selfish. You know what I'm saying? Strippers, before they taking off their clothes in the strip club, they all hold hands in a circle and pray before they go on the dance floor.
Madness.
You know what I'm saying? They learn how to be a whore first in the Christian church.
Shadow God.
You know what I'm saying? You go in there and you learn they're supposed to be the head of all morality, but you go in there and leave with no morals at all. You become more selfish, more of a whore, and more wicked than you was than you first got in. You know what I'm saying? Because the pastor's in there worried about himself, molesting everybody. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping with everybody's wives or husband, who knows?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Doing whatever in there, you know what I'm saying, and not taking care of the Lord's people. You know what I'm saying? So let's any more on that, Kwan?
Allah Adawan.
All right, you can go ahead and drop that. Let me get John 13 and 34. Right. So this is very important that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians need to understand. This is the main thing that can fix our problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's many issues. Trust me, there's many issues in our neighborhood that needs to be fixed. You know what I'm saying? But if we start at the top, and the top being brotherhood, it will trickle down to everything else that's affecting us. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, finance is not a problem, but in the Black community, the problem is the lack of brotherhood. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? The understanding of how to share and deal with one another and do business with one another. That's what's lacking in our community. You know what I'm saying? Because the pastor's making money all day. He
Mm-hmm.
making money all day. Them young youths that was rioting last year in the summer and burning down buildings and thought they could get a quick come up by running into sneaker stores and clothing stores and getting TVs and all types of stuff. If they really wanted to come up, they should have ran into the side of that Christian church. They would have found all. Now I'm not advocating rioting, but I'm just saying, letting you know, the Christian church is holding all the goods, and they ain't sharing with nobody. You get what I'm saying? So that's how you know that they don't love the Most High, because they don't take care of
Right.
God's people, right? Got
That's
that for me,
right.
soldier?
Kind of the one
I got the
concept.
other one.
You let the trooper read it.
Okay, I'll squat. Right, okay. All right. You go ahead, Gabar.
You said John 14 and 24. I don't, right?
What I
13
said?
and 34.
Yeah, 13 and 34.
All right. Let me go back again real quick. 34 or 24?
34.
34. Okay.
All right. So why the brother get it? You know what I'm saying? Just want to add that make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe, share, do all of that. You know what I'm saying?
I got it out of John 13 and 34. The
Yes.
people answered him, we have heard out of the law that Christ abide forever, and how
1 second, Gabar. You on 13 and 34? John
yeah,
13?
Con 13 and 34.
All right, somebody can double check that if
La, sir.
okay.
La. It's
Oh,
St. John, the book of John.
Yeah.
Not first, second, or third John.
oh.
Yeah,
I don't want
John. It's the book of John, 13 and 34.
I don't want to I don't, can you see it? 13 and
Nah.
34.
Yeah,
No?
I can't really see it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and let Officer Kawan read it.
All right, the
And
one.
then just if you need, just use the table of context as well. You know what I'm saying? That can help you out. But what we're gonna get is Saint John, you know what I'm saying? So you can go ahead, Officer Kawan.
The book of John, chapter 13, verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another.
That we do what?
That ye love one another.
A new commandment. Now, we just read in the Old Testament where it's written in the law that you should love thy brother as thyself. You know what I'm saying? That you should not hate thy brother in your heart, or you should have no grudge against your brother. So why is Christ saying that this is something new?
So like the other one.
Go ahead.
Because people didn't understand like the law and like the spirit of the law. Other one.
Right. You on it? You kind of on it.
So like it, sir.
Go ahead, soldier.
He said that it was a new commandment because of the fact that the Israelites were not following the commandment. They were not doing it. They weren't actually putting it into action. They were only putting it in the words. So he was saying it's a new commandment because you niggas don't do it right now.
Time. You know what I'm saying? The same way the Israelites today, right? This will be a new commandment to us because our pastor told us to love everybody on the earth. You know what I'm saying? That's the commandment that we follow now. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been stripped of our identity. We've been stripped of our heritage, our culture. So the only thing we try to assimilate with is American culture. You know what I'm saying? We call ourselves African American. You know what I'm saying? We call ourselves Haitians, Puerto Ricans, or whatever the oppressor labeled us. You know what I'm saying? That's what we name ourselves to be. You know what I'm saying? And we don't understand that this book right here is only talking about Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
That's
Ain't
right.
talking about nobody else. And once we realize that it's only talking about us, we will be able to take this book and utilize it for what it's really worth. You know what I'm saying? And what Christ is saying here, a new commandment, being that you're living like these heathens and doing what these heathens do, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you to do something different now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to teach you how to love one another instead of loving your oppressor. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to teach you how not to hate your brother instead of, loving everybody under the sun that's murdering you. You know what I'm saying? This is something that we need to practice today. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Count out of one con, sir. You want me to start over from the beginning or just keep going, sir?
Start off from the beginning.
Count out of one con. The book of John, chapter 13, verse 34. A new commandment, Shalaki, a new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you, that ye also love one another.
Mm-hmm.
By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples.
Wow, that's the key factor right there that you gotta hold on to right there. You know what I'm saying? By this, man is gonna know who is really the followers of Christ. Does that description fit your Christian pastor? What God, what has your pastor done to show any love to the black community? Your pastor haven't done nothing but further your destruction. He has done nothing but further your hatred for one another. He actually fueled it. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? He's not a disciple of Christ. But the men in that... Khan, go ahead.
Salaki, sir, if I may. Are we on YouTube and Facebook?
Just on the YouTube right now. Are you able to check the Facebook? Is anybody on there?
I could check it, sir.
Okay. Just to see if anybody's on there.
I got some text that was asking where it was. They couldn't see it.
Okay. Right. You know what I'm saying? He do not follow Christ. You know what I'm saying? Christ loved his people. He only came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You know what I'm saying? He came to redeem his people. He only died for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know why? Because you are the children of Israel. Christ was willing to do anything to save his people, even if it included death. You know what I'm saying? What are you willing to do for love? Right? Don't we say what is the song that Bobby Collins, that Edomite, sound like a black man? You know what I'm saying? Right? That's his name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Listen, love is just not a word. It just need to be action behind it. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot of sacrifice to show love. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot of mercy and forgiveness and humility to actually show love. You using your words all day doesn't mean nothing if you don't have no action behind it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Christ showed the greatest act of love on the planet Earth. Right? So go ahead.
It's not showing on Facebook, sir.
All right. Is anybody on Facebook? Is Down South on?
So like, what you mean, sir?
The brothers down south.
Oh, I don't know, sir.
Okay. No,
Is it on No Cowards, Florida?
Yeah, that page, but it's too up. It's too up.
All right, kind.
Yeah, we'll just rock out with the YouTube.
Kind.
All right. So what was that? Let's drop that. Let's get some stories of brotherhood. Let me get 1 Samuel 24.
Count out of one con, sir.
All right. The verse. Let me see what verse I want to start at. For some reason, I'm hearing an echo. I don't know, somebody. Just check your phones or your speakers or whatever. All right, so start me at verse 1, just so we can get a backstory.
Count out of one con, sir. The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 24, verse 1. And it came to pass, when Saul was returned from following the Philistines, that it was told to him, that it was told him, saying, Behold, David is in the wilderness of Engaddi.
Right. So let me just pause you there real quick, just to give you a little bit of background, right? So Saul had a problem with David. The fact that David was raising up to be a king, and the people acknowledged David as a greater warrior than Saul. You know what I'm saying? Even though David was killing for Saul and under Saul, Saul began to be jealous of David. You know what I'm saying? And in his jealousy, he tried to kill David. So while he's trying to kill David, David fled out of Jerusalem, went into the wilderness so he can hide from Saul. You know what I'm saying? But his word has gone out that David is in the wilderness. Now Saul's going to go after him to try to kill his brother. You know what I'm saying? Saul was a Benjamite. David is a Judah. You know what I'm saying? So they both Israelites. Right? Read on.
Verse 2. Then Saul took 3,000 chosen men out of all Israel, and went to seek David and his men upon the rocks of the wild goats. And he came to the sheepcotes by the way, where was a cave, and Saul went in to cover his feet. And David and his men remained in the sides of the cave. And the men of David said unto him, Behold, the day of which the Lord said unto thee, Behold, I will deliver thine enemy into thine hand, that thou mayest do to him as it shall seem good unto thee. Then David arose and cut off the skirt of Saul's robe privately.
Right. So David had the drop on Saul. Saul was out there to kill David. You know what I'm saying? So while he's out there, he's getting a little break inside of a cave. And he ended up, falling asleep or whatever the case may be. And David has an advantage on Saul at that point. But at that point, he didn't take it upon himself to kill Saul, but rather cut a little piece of his garment. Right? Read on.
Khan, sir. Verse 5. And it came to pass afterward that David's heart smote him, because he had cut off Saul's skirt.
Right. David was a loyal brother, man. You know what I'm saying? He was righteous. The Lord referred to David as a man after his own heart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't out there trying to get revenge on his brother. You know what I'm saying? Because this is something that they could have dealt with man to man. You know what I'm saying? This shouldn't have had to be a big feud and spill over all over Israel. You know what I'm saying? And even in our communities, we can learn from this story. You got Bloods and Crips killing each other, and they don't even know why they're killing each other.
Right.
Over a beef that started back in the 70s, they still trying to carry on to this day. It don't make no sense. Just because you got a blue t-shirt, I got a red t-shirt, I gotta hate you now. We supposed to be brothers. You know what I'm saying? We learned that from our oppressors, man. And this story right here is an example of brotherhood, man, of forgiveness that we should have for one another. Something that our pastors do not teach us. Right? Read on.
Khan. Verse 6. And he said unto his men, The Lord forbid that I should do this thing unto my master, the Lord's anointed, to stretch forth my hand against him, seeing he is the anointed of the Lord.
Right. He was chosen by the Most High to be a king. Saul was chosen. You know what I'm saying? At one point. He disobeyed the Most High, then the Lord chose David. You know what I'm saying? But David still recognized Saul's position.
Right.
And did not want to kill Saul. Right? Read on.
Verse 7. So David stayed his servants with these words, and suffered them not to rise against Saul. But Saul rose up out of the cave and went on his way. David also arose afterward and went out of the cave and cried after Saul, saying, my Lord, the king. And when Saul looked behind him, David stooped with his face to the earth and bowed himself.
Man, that's a loyal brother.
Good night. Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's trying to kill him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he's still showing respect to this man. You know, so he's not dealing with his emotions. He's not getting caught up in his feelings or none of that.
Right.
He understands what the law says. This man has been chosen by the Most High. If anything, I should go to him and him alone. Even though he had to drop to kill him right there. He had the opportunity to just wipe out Saul and boom, he would have been over with.
And Salaki, if I may,
Go ahead.
I never remembered the part that when he came out of the cave, that he stooped and bowed to Saul. I never, and Most High in Christ for me to be able to see that now, because I knew about the part with him cutting his skirt and stepping out and calling out to Saul. But for him to bow to him and call him still my king, after this man literally, he's the only reason he's out there is to kill him.
Right.
That's like you saying, sir. What you're saying is so heavy that what he's doing is brotherhood to the 10,000th degree.
Damn right. Damn right, soldier. You know what I'm saying? And this is our ancestors. You know what I'm saying? This is who we should learn from. You know what I'm saying? This can stop all the pettiness in our communities.
Damn right.
The dumb stuff that we fight over, that we kill one another for. We are not the enemy, man. We have a greater enemy. You know what I'm saying? And the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
And best believe that is your enemy. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Khan, verse 9. And David said to Saul, wherefore hearest thou men's words, saying, behold, David seeketh thy hurt. Behold, this day thine eyes have seen how that the Lord have delivered thee today into mine hand in the cave.
Right, let me just pause you there real quick, right?
Khan.
When he questioned Saul and he said, wherefore hearest thou men's words, saying, behold, David seeketh thy hurt. What is he trying to say? Like, what is he saying to Saul?
Salak got one.
Go ahead.
He asking Saul, since you keep saying that you're hearing men say that I'm seeking to kill you, where are you hearing that from? That I'm out to kill you?
1 second, Officer One. Is that somebody's phone?
God, it sounds like it.
Please check your phone. Please check your phone. If your alarm going off, shut it off. Just check your phone. The water. All right, go ahead, Officer One.
Salak had one. Khan. He asked him like, when he say to him, let me go back up. He say, wherefore hearest thou men's words saying, he said, you hearing men say that behold that David seek your hurt, but where is it? I ain't hurt you. Like where to hurt at that they saying that you saying that you hearing. Right. I ain't hurt you. I don't got no quarrel against you. I ain't trying to hurt you.
Right. Because who's telling Saul that?
He said that, but that's Satan telling him that.
Right, of course, you know what I'm saying? But in this scripture, the one that's telling Saul all of this is who?
David, sir.
I mean, as far as who wants his hurt.
I can't hear you.
You said you can't hear me?
I can't hear anything.
It might be his settings. Go to your settings, Salaki, other one.
Yeah, just check your phone, Gabar.
I can't hear anything.
Just check your phone.
All right, so Salaki.
Yeah, not to make it confusing or anything, but you exactly right. You're exactly right on it. You know what I'm saying? But I was just saying that because it's other people that's telling us all this. You know, the people that's around them is fueling all of this. Right. He say, she say. You know what I'm saying? Gossip. Oh, you heard what this person said about this person? Yo, I heard David was gonna do this to you. Watch when David catch you, man. You don't know. I don't know about David. You know what I'm saying? And listen, that's what goes on amongst blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians till this day.
Yeah, Karokan.
You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, Soda.
Karokan. Let me see here.
You started verse 10.
Karokan, verse 10. Behold, this day thine eyes have seen how that the Lord have delivered thee today into my hand in the cave, and some bade me kill thee, but my eye spared thee. And I said, I will not put forth my hand against my Lord, for he is the Lord's anointed.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to do that because the Lord chose Saul to be a king. You know what I'm saying? And David, being a righteous man, did not puff himself up with his ego. You know what I'm saying? And took his power in his own hand to avenge the hurt that Saul was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and read on.
Karokan, verse 11. Moreover, my father see the skirt of thy robe in my hand.
Right, so now he's showing it to Saul. Read on.
For in that I cut off the skirt of thy robe and killed thee not. Know thou and see that there is neither evil nor transgression in mine hand, and I have not sinned against thee, yet thou huntest my soul to take it. The Lord judge between me and thee, and the Lord avenge me of thee, but my hand shall not be upon thee.
Right, the Lord is the one that's going to avenge anybody that's trying to do you wrong. If you stand with the Lord, he will make things right. You know what I'm saying? You should not take it upon yourself to want to go out and shoot up the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, avenge somebody that was living against the Most High because he was selling dope and all that stuff. You know, the Lord is not going to be with you in that. You know what I'm saying?
God.
So David understood, listen, I'm not going to avenge myself. I'm not going to kill the king of Israel, even though you want to kill me. You know what I'm saying? It's not always good to try to seek to get even with one another.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is your brother. This is the people that you have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And we got to learn how to properly deal with one another. You know what I'm saying? There's ways that we can deal with one another. You know what I'm saying? We ain't always got to resort to picking up a gun. That ain't got to be your first thing to go to. You can talk it out like men. Or like sisters, like women.
And Salaki Adawan,
go ahead.
If I may, what you're saying is heavy because what the one part that is so heavy about it is when you said earlier, David didn't do anything out of emotion. These niggas these days, they killing each other out of emotions. They killing each other out of feelings because a nigga disrespected you or he made you feel some type of way. I lost a friend of mine years ago in a club. The nigga died because him and his cousin was cracking on each other because they was going at it just cracking on each other. And this nigga, I mean, he played all the time. His name was Big Jit. He played all the time, and his cousin ended up killing him that night because he cracked on him in the club and must have made that nigga feel some type of way, and he killed his own cousin because of feelings. And that shit is every day that we see our people dying because we got emotional young men that are raised by women and not being taught by men like the men of the ISUPK and the Commander General Hunter.
God damn right, man. But that's crazy to hear though. Your own cousin. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's going on all throughout the black community.
Okay.
These young rappers, man, they was dropping like flies all last year. Over a simple song. You know what I'm saying?
God.
Over something, a few words that were said. You never even met the person in your life. Just because he put it on record, you ready to shoot this guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's real simple of us, you know what I'm saying? And we got to understand that we are a family. You know what I'm saying? We're a one nation. And the only way we going to get back strong again is coming together. Right?
Right.
So continue on, Brother Bashar.
Caught out of one concert. Verse 13. As saith the proverb of the ancients, wickedness proceeded from the wicked, but my hand shall not be upon thee. After whom is the king of Israel come out? After whom dost thou pursue? After a dead dog? After a flea?
Right. What does David say there?
Salaga, sir?
Go ahead.
He pretty much saying like, so what's the reason that you coming out after me? You see, I ain't trying to kill you. Like I don't know what he mean when he say after the dead dog, after the flea. If you could, Baba Shah, that I don't know.
Okay, kind. So the way that Saul had gathered up, what was it, 300,000 men?
3,000.
3,000 men, just to search for David, as if David is some dog or something like that.
Oh God,
right?
God, okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like he just a flea that you could just flick off. This is your brother.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And we go out to the extreme to make sure we destroy one another.
Wow.
We go out to the full extreme, get all the AKs we can find just to shoot up one another. But a white woman can barge in your apartment while you eating ice cream, shoot you down for no reason. Guess what? You'll still forgive her. You'll hug her, kiss her, stroke her hair, give her a Bible, and do all of that stuff. Am I lying? That happened in Botham Jean tribe.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to one another, we're like a lion to one another. You ever seen that meme where it shows the Wizard of Oz? When it shows when black people are around, it shows that little lion with no heart. Or the was it straw with no heart or something like that?
Yeah, it's the lion without heart.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like when black people are around, we're ready to, cut each other's throat. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make sure we test one another. But when a white man come around, we all smiles, giggles, and showing our teeth. You know what I'm saying? We should give all our love to one another. We should give the benefit of the doubt to one another. All our greatest attributes and qualities should belong to only Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians exclusively. You know what I'm saying? We done showed our teeth to the white man too many times.
That's right.
In doing so, we lost our love for one another.
Right.
Fighting for the love of the white man made us lose our love for one another. You know what I'm saying? And loving him, the only thing he gonna teach you is how to hate another black man. You know what I'm saying? That's why your pastor would not teach you how to forgive. He teaches you in the church how to, better your cutoff game. You know what I'm saying? What they say in the church, say I ain't got time for that. Whatever they say in the church, you know what I'm saying? They be going ham in the church, man.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? They be trying to say all types of stuff to be selfish. To only care for yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? But David was selfless and he actually cared for King Saul. Like a brother should, right? Continue on, Ward.
Khan, verse 15. The Lord therefore be judge, and judge between me and thee, and see and plead my cause, and deliver me out of thine hand. And it came to pass, when David had made an end of speaking these words unto Saul, that Saul said, Is this thy voice, my son David? And Saul lifted up his voice and wept.
Right. He feels remorseful now.
Damn right.
At that point he knew he was in the wrong.
Come
you know what I'm saying? And listen, that can fix any solution, man. You go to that person and you talk to them, 9 times out of 10, they'll find out maybe I was wrong in this situation. Matter of fact, you're right. I see what you're talking about. Or maybe you go to him and you'll find out you was wrong in the situation. The only way you're going to find out if you go up to one another. But if you quick to kill one another, man, you will find no solution to the problem. That's just going to keep on going. Because guess what? He got loved ones. He got family members that care about him. They're going to want revenge too. And the cycle going to continue on. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Wood.
Verse 17. And he said to David, thou art more righteous than I, for thou hast rewarded me good, whereas I have rewarded thee evil. And thou hast showed this day how that thou hast dealt well with me. For as much as when the Lord had delivered me into thine hand, thou killest me not. For if a man,
go ahead.
For if a man find his enemy, will he let him go well away? Wherefore the Lord reward thee good for that thou hast done unto me this day.
Right, man. King David did something good that day, man. You know what I'm saying? He showed brotherhood to King Saul on that day. Right? You know what I'm saying? Even though he was out there to kill him, he still looked at him as a brother. Even bowed down to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me get Proverbs 24:17.
Con.
Oh, you go ahead, Soda.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 24, verse 17. Rejoice not when thine enemy falleth, and let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That was not a day of being rejoiceful for King David. You know what I'm saying? Even though the cast that was around him was baiting him or told him to kill King Saul, it said David's heart was smitten. You know what I'm saying? Meaning he felt the guilt like if he would have actually killed King Saul. You know what I'm saying? This is an echo, man.
Let me see if I hit the pause and it don't give an echo, let me know. I don't want.
All right. Yep.
Was it still an echo?
Nah. Okay. Are you watching it on something else?
Yeah, sir. Okay. The young man say it's an echo and on his end too.
Yeah, I don't know where it is. Let me see. Yo. Yes, the echo.
The Salaki other one, if I may. If everybody that's in the on the YouTube, if you hear echo, put a 1 in the chat, Baba Kasha. If you don't hear echo, put a 2 in the chat, Baba Kasha. So 1 in the chat if you can hear the echo, 2 if you don't hear an echo.
Hello.
Gabar did a 1. Also, Rod, did you get off mute, sir? Sister Courtney says she hear echo as well.
Yeah,
sir.
I don't know where the echo is coming from.
It might be. You think it's your headphones out of one?
To lock you, sir.
Yo.
I'm gonna mute my mic.
All right. Can you hear echo, Gabar?
No, it's much better out of one.
Yeah, I think it's coming every time you unmute your mic, Oscar Juan. I don't know. Do you
I don't
have
know
the
what it is,
YouTube?
Adawan.
Do you have the
I'm on
YouTube or the Facebook up?
La, sir. I'm on just the StreamYard. I'm on the in the broadcast.
Okay, and it's
Is it
coming out from
still doing it now?
speakerphone.
Con, I got it on speakerphone.
Yeah, it's only when you on YouTube. Mike.
Yeah, it's back again. I don't want.
All right. So what I do, sir, I'm gonna back out, then I come back in, sir.
All right.
All right. Con.
The water.